Is there anything he could have got into?
That's what I'm saying. Huh?
Is there anything he could have got into?
I mean, he was on the bed. And he was laid on his stomach, you know, face down or whatever, right? Like this. So I'm like, the hell's going on? Like, it was weird, man. It was just weird to me.
Yeah.
I'm asking her what's going on. She asking me what's going on. What do you mean what's going on?
Глория Неши Стрингер из округа Холл обвиняется в смертельном отравлении своего 22-месячного сына Джамари Хассана Стрингера. Инцидент, как утверждается, был представлен отцом ребенка, Джелаской Эрлсом, под видом внезапной медицинской трагедии. Эрлс изначально заявил, что на мгновение вышел из комнаты, однако эта инсценировка развалилась, когда токсикология выявила фентанил и у ребенка, и у матери. Это смертельное воздействие стало основанием рассматривать случившееся как смерть вследствие безрассудных действий, а не как трагическую случайность. Утром 1 февраля 2023 года в округе Холл власти отреагировали на звонок 911 о ребенке без признаков реакции – Джамари Хассане Стрингере. Внутри дома они обнаружили запутанную картину. 22-месячного ребенка и его мать, Глорию Неши Стрингер, нашли без сознания, что указывало на медицинский кризис. Однако следователи заметили в постели мелкие частицы алюминиевой фольги и позже обнаружили в доме фентанил и кокаин. Первоначальная версия поступила от отца, Джеласки Эрлса. В своих показаниях он утверждал, что вышел из комнаты всего на несколько минут, чтобы покурить, и, вернувшись, обнаружил их без признаков реакции. Он представил себя убитым горем родителем, пытающимся понять внезапную трагедию. Однако эта версия начала рушиться, когда были обработаны судебно-медицинские доказательства. Ключевым выводом расследования стала смертельная доза фентанила в организме Джамари, а решающей связью то, что тот же опиоид присутствовал и у его матери, что говорило о прямом воздействии, противоречило версии о несчастном случае и полностью изменило ход дела.
Damn, did I take a Xanax and think that, you know, when I took the Xanax, was it fucking pressed? Did I trust this person? Just, you know, guess.
Расследование усиливается, когда Джеласку Эрлса, отца жертвы, во второй раз приводят в комнату для допросов. На этот раз атмосфера иная. Теперь у следователей на руках имеются предварительные выводы из отчета о вскрытии, и они начинают с просьбы к Эрлсу снова предоставить подробную хронологию событий. Его рассказ о, казалось бы, обычном вечере, ужине, просмотре телевизора и укладывании Джамари Хассана Стрингера спать стал основополагающей версией, которую следователи будут использовать для перекрестной проверки.
Is she not? Is anyone still living off Oliver Road?
Yeah, her uncle and her great grandmother.
Okay. What's the uncle's name?
Carrie.
Carrie, like C-A-R-R-I-E?
C-A-R-E-Y.
C-A-R-E-Y. And then last name Stringer?
Yeah.
And he's how old?
Oh shit, he's like 69.
Okay, I think one of the numbers I had, I called, and I think it was his voicemail that I picked up. So,
Yeah.
But you don't think she's living there with him?
Nah, she's definitely not.
She's definitely not. And you're not living there.
Mm-mm.
So both of you are gone from that that residence.
Yeah, I live up the street.
Okay. So
Yeah, I took you home.
Yeah.
part of what we're hoping to do is, unfortunately, like you said, reopening, is to go back and honestly start from the beginning. Because, like I said, we have findings from the reports, but we need to make sure that we have as many details as, and I know too, sometimes that first 24 to 48 hours, when something traumatic has happened, there are details that you forget or they get left out completely unintentionally, and we need to make sure we have all of those, especially before we go through everything with you, and hopefully before and when we finally talk to Gloria, if she has, because I have talked to her over the phone a few times and gotten some information, and so that's of course something that I wanted to ask you about too, and see if you knew anything about. So since we're on the topic of the uncle, Did he spend the night that night?
Yeah.
He did,
Yeah.
because he lives at that house.
Right.
But he wasn't there that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he when that happened?
He left out early.
The even more important day for figuring out the particulars of what happened, because I know I can tell, like, you want answers, and we will do our best to give you as many as we can. We just, unfortunately, we have to go back through it again. Okay. Before I open up that can, I was trying to think if there was anything else. I got the pictures from you. I need to show you, I haven't showed you freaking adorable pictures. He was 22 months, right?
21 months.
21 months.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this or not. The reason I asked you for the pictures is because, you know, we obviously meet people in their, some of the worst times of their life, right? And we see horrible things. And it's important for me, working your son's case, that I know more about your son, and what he looked like, and how he was, and his little personality, and the things he was doing, and was he he was probably talking and walking, and I'm gonna scroll, because I want you to know that I'm not just a badge, I'm not just a cop, I'm not just a person that's investigating this. I'm a person and a mother, okay? So if I have to ask you tough questions, I want you to remember that, okay? And I appreciate you being so easy to work with. Obviously, you're.
Oh no.
I know. And sometimes, so you know, this all happened on the 1st, and then he was actually not pronounced until the 3rd. And so sometimes even medical professionals have questions, and they're not sure, because you know, first responders, Brazelton, CHOA, medical examiner, coroner, you know, they all meet him at different stages of that. And so we sort of, the best thing we can do to help them sometimes is to ask questions so that everybody's getting the same information. And I think that's the main thing we need help with you today, is to try to figure out some of the details of the night before and the morning of, and things like that, right? Unfortunately, before I can ask you those questions, I do have to do some paperwork. I do have to read you Miranda, and that's because we're in this room, obviously, and we're going into super detail about what's happened. It's not like it is on TV, okay? It's just to make sure that you're aware of your rights. But we really want to be able to talk to you, okay? So let me get through that and done with that so that we can kind of get to it.
While she's doing, let me go get you some tissue, okay?
Oh.
Thank you. That's all I need that tissue.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read through these. You are just gonna initial 1 through 5 saying that you understand. If you have any questions, you can ask. And then at the bottom, there's a statement, your signature. We both sign. It's just saying everybody understands that you understand, okay?
Okay.
So the first one is you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one would be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand all of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So at the bottom it just says, I fully understand the above rights, and having these rights in mind, I agree to talking to the below officers. So you'll just initial 1 through 5 and sign there, and then we'll sign.
Oh, well, keep your notepad. Let me return this. I'm trying to multitask here. I'll be with y'all just a second.
Okay. So, let's start back to were you ever living in Oliver Road? Okay. But Gloria was living in Oliver Road with Jamari.
When I got out, as far as I know, she had been staying there, but I don't know how long she had been there.
Okay. But
there was a period she wasn't there, so.
Okay. But as far as like July 1st, at least as of that day, you believe she lived there? Or had been staying there for a little bit? With Jamari? Was he primarily with her?
Yeah, but see, it's like, I was so eager to spend time with him, so, you know, when I got out, I was like, hey, I need to, you know, see him. So he would spend like a week with me at a time, and then go back over there, and then, you know.
At your residence that you're at now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys tried to split 50-50 with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So that particular day, that morning that we came out there, let's start at when you got to the residence. Was it that morning or was it before that?
It was before that. It was the day before.
Okay.
Like about 7, 8 o'clock, something like that.
At morning or night?
Night.
Okay,
Night
so
before.
you got to Oliver Road about 7 or 8 the night before.
Yeah.
And then take me from that time that you got there until we'll stop at 911, okay? So I need painful details, like as much as you can possibly remember.
The day before when I got there about 7 or 8, everything was, you know, it was just chilling. She had stopped and got some chicken for him, you know, for the family or whatever. It's like dinner. And I just got there, you know, spending time with Mari, spending time with Carrie, her uncle. It was just chilling, you know, just kicking back, watching TV, eating chicken, just relaxing. Just doing the normal shit, you know, nothing extravagant, nothing like that. But I had planned to go back to the house over here at Eagle Eye. I had planned to come back that night because my brother had called me, my little brother and my granddad. They said, hey, you coming back? And I was like, yeah. But it got late, couldn't get a ride, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just stay until morning. My granddad dropped my little brother off. I can probably get a ride from him then, or somebody then, you know, get back there to help him out. But everything was normal, man. Like nothing, like there was nothing other than that, just chilling. It was just a chill night. And Marty, he ate chicken, you know, he was eating chicken with me or whatever. We was sitting in the room. She said she was going to take a shower. She went to take a shower. It was pretty late at that time. I don't really know what time it was, but it was pretty late. So we was just chilling, you know, dozed off. Woke up about 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Согласно показаниям ключевого свидетеля, роковое утро началось вполне обычно. Однако примечательная деталь заключается в том, что мать ребенка, Глория Неши Стрингер, демонстрировала необычное поведение. Ее описывали как взволнованную, и она неоднократно жаловалась на проблему с ухом. Это поведение является важной точкой внимания на ранних этапах расследования.
I was just trying to pee and get back to sleep, and gave her the phone, and she tapped me and said, hey, unlock it. I was like, all right, whatever, here. I unlocked it, and I went to sleep. I woke up like 8, I think it was 8, yeah, 8 that morning, maybe like 7:58, something like that. The only reason I know is because I got a step counter on my old phone, so whenever I touch it, it activates it, you know, it basically says like I'm active on the phone. So I was laying in bed and didn't want to wake them up. I was just laying there looking at my football stories, you know, new news that had broke or whatever. And Jamari, he woke up, so, you know, spent a little daddy time with him. And he was just chilling, you know, just quiet, just sitting, cuddled up, and chilling, laid back. And we started watching Baby Shark, because, you know, that's his favorite little thing. And man, she woke up like, I think it was like 8:47, 8:48, because I was alert on my phone. I said, hey, you need to get active, because I had been laying there the whole time. So she had woke up, she was complaining about her ear. As soon as she woke up, she said, something's wrong with my ear. And she was digging in her ear. She kept saying, she started panicking, saying, something's wrong with my ear. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with your ear. So I stayed there with Mari. She got up, she walked out. After walking around for a minute and digging in her ear, she walked to the bathroom. She stayed in there like, I don't know, like maybe 15 minutes or so, or something like that. She came back out. When she came back out, she was still digging in her ear, but she was more calm. I said, hey, look, I'm gonna go find this cup. Because I remember she said something about his cup the night before when I was going to sleep. I remember something about a cup. I went and found this cup in her uncle's room by the chair. I was like, damn, this cup right here. Like, you know, I guess she couldn't find it the night before or something like that. So I took the cup to the kitchen. I said, man, he ain't drinking juice this morning. Start him off with some water. You know, I got a bottle of water out. I rinsed the cup out. I poured the water in there. The water that didn't fit, I drank it. I was like, I need some water too. I went in there, I brought him this cup. He seen this cup. She was sitting up on he was at the head of the bed. She was sitting like on the foot of the bed facing the wall. And he was facing the door. And I walked in, he said, cup. I said, yeah, I got your cup. He said, thank you. When I passed it to him, I said, you're welcome. I said, I love you. Top sipping, he said, love you. And he started sipping it again. Gave me a little hug. She was sitting on the bed still, digging in her ear. And I was like, look, I don't know what's up with your ear, but I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette real quick. And when I come back in, we're gonna see what's up with your ear. Because she's digging in it too much. It's been like fucking 40 minutes now. You've been focusing on your ear. So I walk out. I said, hope. I come back in. And when I hit the hallway, I had noticed, I had seen his feet on the bed, because you know you can kind of see the bed from the hallway when you're walking down it. And I seen his feet. It was up against the wall, and he was kind of like laying on his stomach, clenching the cover. And I was like, what the hell? He was just wide awoke, and he don't just go back to sleep like that. So I was like, and he normally react, you know, when he see me look or something like that. He didn't do none of that. So I was like, what the fuck? I walked up to him, I said, Jamari. I took it aside. He didn't react. I moved him, and he fell over. She was laying on the bed. When I left out, she was sitting up on the side. He was sitting up here. When I came back, he was laid this way, and she was laid this way. And so when I moved him over and he fell over, I jumped back and smacked her leg. You know, she was laying on her side, so I smacked her in the thigh. I said, hey, what's wrong with Jamari? And she kind of woke up, bounced up and said, what'd you? And she turned around, but when she had turned around, I jumped past her and flipped him over. So I seen the snot.
It's okay, take your time.
That's why I seen the snot on his nose. And I threw the phone. I said, call 911. And I had tried to give him CPR. I moved him to the floor to try to give him CPR because I couldn't really do it on the bed. It was an air mattress. I couldn't really. I moved him to the floor, and I looked over to see if she was dialing while I was trying to give him CPR. And she was like, at first she had started to dial, but she had dropped the phone and started crying and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I said, here, fuck it, give him CPR and I'll call. And I jumped up, I grabbed the phone, because she had dropped it. I grabbed the phone, she had jumped in, but midway through she started to give him CPR, but she picked him up and started holding him like that. I said, no, put him down, don't do that. And I jumped in, I said, fuck it, I got it. She backed up again, because it was just a lot of shit going on at that time. And she had jumped back, and she was crying like a baby. I'm trying to give him CPR and talk to 911 at the same time. And I was giving him CPR until the paramedic got to the door. And so I backed up off of him so he could get him and go. Like, I ain't do none of that shit, man. It was weird. Like, I
smoked a cigarette and came straight back in, and shit was just completely flipped. Like, shit was not the way it was. I don't know, man. Ever since then, like, I've been through her going to Lordwood a couple times and shit. I've been trying to be supportive because I don't want to, in a situation like, I don't want to just place blame on her or no shit like that. Like, I still haven't got anything from her as far as what the fuck happened when I walked out that room and you were sitting up. What the fuck happened? What did you do? How did you end up here? And how did he end up there? Like, there's nothing.
Have you asked her?
Yes, man, I didn't realize, like, how off she was until, like, maybe a month ago. She was arguing, she was in her little rant, and she said that she had carried Mari to the ambulance, and I told her, Shay, you didn't even touch Mari. Like, you didn't carry him to the ambulance. She seriously thought she carried him to the ambulance. And I'm like, yo, like, shit is weird, man. Like, she told me, she tried to tell me that she had took her medicine the night before, but goddamn, you was up 40 minutes. You woke up like 8:40 something, 8:47, 8:48. This shit happened at 9:20, what, 9:28, 9:30, some shit like that. Like, you had been up, you been moving. Don't tell me some shit from the night before. Like, you done stepped that shit off, man. You up, you moving. Like, damn, I leave out to go get the cup. Everything's fine. So, I wouldn't think that it wasn't okay to leave the room again. Like, I'm just going to smoke real quick. Shit, he was just fine with you when I left to go get the cup, so everything's cool. All right, coming back, you know, maybe, I'm thinking like maybe she'd, you know, get him his little routine or something, give him something to eat or something like that. I didn't expect to come in and see that shit, man.
Sure.
Like, I get that. Like,
So tell us more about, it sounds like, I'm sure every day since then you've been replaying it, you've been trying to find some other detail you don't remember.
Like, I don't know, man, it's just weird, man. Like, damn, you was just up, you was sitting up and shit, everything, you know, your ear, okay, something's wrong with your ear, but you're clearly coherent, you're clearly up. How the hell is he behind you on the bed with you and you don't know shit's going on? Like, how, in the little bit of time it take to smoke a cigarette, turn around, walk back in, how don't you know you can't tell me nothing? Like, I did this, or hey, I got up after you walked out, I did this. You ain't told me shit.
So I know you, like you said, you don't want to put blame, and you are saying you don't really know what happened, and you've questioned her, you guys have thought about it. This is a...
Официальная хронология трагедии сводится к нескольким критически важным минутам. Джелаской Эрлс заявил, что ненадолго вышел из комнаты и, вернувшись, обнаружил и своего сына, и Глорию Стрингер без сознания. Звонок в 911 был сделан на фоне этой хаотичной сцены, и прибывшие службы экстренного реагирования застали запутанную и напряженную ситуацию.
She's not in this room, right? So is there anything that you've even thought in your head that you haven't said to her that maybe you can't confirm, but is there anything that has crossed your mind that you think we would want to know?
People, you know, when my son had passed, this woman Stephanie, I caught a ride from her to go get some deodorant, lotion for the house, and I had told her what happened. And her and her husband, they had told me that Shay and Mari was staying with them for a little period of time, and she had told me like there was an episode where they came in late one night, and she was on the floor asleep, and Mari was over there crying, but they didn't say like she was high or she was on her medicine or no shit like that. Like, they just was telling me like that they have seen shit like that before while I was awake. Like, but nothing was off. Like, nothing seemed off.
She wasn't asleep, she was awake.
Right. But then when I come in, you're asleep. I just left the room. You're sleeping, he's having a fucking heart attack and you don't even know it. Like,
Any other instances like that, or tell me like about this medicine that she takes?
I mean, it's like a Zoloft or some shit that like Lord would prescribe her or whatever.
Okay. Anything else?
Like, nothing, like I said, nothing was off that day. Like, nothing was off. Everything just seemed normal, and like everything seemed normal, man. Like until it just wasn't. She say she took the medicine the night before, okay, but damn, you sleep that off. Like, so what did you go from? I don't know, man. Like, did you just say I'm gonna lay down real quick? But why would you be asleep? Why wouldn't you, when you know that I just walked out the room? Why wouldn't you just watch him for a few minutes when you know I'm coming right back? Like, I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I really want to know what happened to him, man.
Okay, so if you can't think of anything else right now, I'm gonna go back through. I'm gonna ask some questions, okay? Because I remember I told you painfully detailed, right? So you get over there about 7 or 8 o'clock. Did you say you brought the chicken or she had got the chicken?
She brought the chicken.
Okay. When you got there, was she already there with the chicken?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd the chicken come from?
Publix, I think she said she stopped by Publix. It was in like the you know, how you get chicken from real chicken. You know,
Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah. So did she take Jamari with her to get that?
I'm assuming so. I mean.
Okay. So you get there. She's there. Baby's there. Chicken's there. Uncle's there. Grandma's there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are sitting, eating chicken, watching a movie or TV.
Yeah, TV. Just in there in our uncle's room, just chilling.
Okay, so that was my next question. Where was everyone in the room sitting in Uncle's room watching TV?
Yeah, I mean she was in and out, but you know.
Mom, our Gloria.
Yeah, she was in and out, tending to Granny and chilling with us. But like that's it. Like everything was normal.
Okay, so you, Uncle, and Jamari mostly were in Uncle's room watching TV.
Yeah.
Did you ever leave the baby in the room with the uncle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from the time you got there to going to bed, were you ever not with Jamari, or was Gloria ever not with Jamari?
She was. I mean, when she took the shower or whatever, she went in.
But you were there with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was,
was he ever alone with Uncle?
Mm-mm.
Was he ever alone with Grandma?
We would take him in there to her because we can't depend on her. At that time to watch him really. So,
yeah, that would concern me
right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But you took him in there to see her, but he was never alone with her.
Nah.
Okay. So when you go to bed, where do we go to bed?
I go to bed in the bed, like
in Gloria's room.
Right.
With Gloria.
I was in there with Mari at first. Like me and him, we was chilling while she was in the shower and I'm dozed off.
So you and him go to bed first. She's in the shower.
Yeah.
And you said that's late. Is that like past midnight?
I'd be lying if I tell you the time. I don't.
But late.
Yeah, it was late.
Okay. Do you remember her coming back to bed?
I remember her.
Or coming to bed at all?
No, I just remember when I got up to go piss. Her asking.
3 or 4.
Right. She asked to use the phone. I was like, it was kind of weird that she was up, but it was like, all right, whatever.
Okay, so that was your first interaction with her after going to bed.
Yeah.
Last you saw her, she was in the shower.
Yeah.
You and Jamari go to bed.
Yeah.
3 or 4 you wake up to pee.
Mm-hmm.
You see her.
Yeah.
How's she acting?
She's up, like moving around. I didn't really pay attention to what she was doing. When I woke up, I just woke up to go
same
piss.
clothes, groggy,
yeah.
sleepy, pajamas.
Like wide woke.
Okay.
Wide woke.
Says I need to use your phone.
That's why I was like, what the fuck?
Did you ever look back? I would assume you probably look back to see if who she called.
I mean, it was like 3 random numbers, but it was 4 calls placed. One number she called 2 times, and the other number she called 1 time apiece.
Do you have any idea who the numbers are?
They weren't numbers that I knew.
Did you ever ask her?
No, I mean.
Did you ever try to call the numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you know how long she was on the phone?
I don't remember. It was in my old phone. I don't remember how long.
Do you still have your old phone? If we needed to look at it.
I need to get a charger for it. The charger port is messed up, so it don't charge.
But you still have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still got it.
What kind of phone is it?
It's insurance wireless.
And what number was that?
It was a 678-508-3297.
Okay, that was the old number of yours that I had, right?
Right.
Okay. So you don't necessarily know, other than looking at the call log, how long the calls were or who she called. You just know she barred it at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Right.
And you went back to bed.
Right.
Do you ever remember her coming to bed?
I mean, she was in the room, when she used the phone, but I just laid.
No, I mean like laying in the bed, going to sleep.
Oh no.
You never saw her sleeping.
Mm-mm. I just went back to sleep because Mario was asleep and I wanted to go back to sleep.
So all you did was you got up and went to the bathroom, and then went back to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what time did you say you woke up?
Like 8. It was like damn near 8 on the dot.
Okay. When you woke up, like opened your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
you were where?
I was on this side of the bed. I was laid straight. Mario was in the middle of us, and she was on this side.
Who was by the wall?
I was.
You were by the wall.
Yeah.
Jamari's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
She was on the edge.
Right.
Asleep, awake?
Asleep.
Okay.
She was
So
asleep.
at some point between 3 and 4, she went to sleep.
At some point
Or between 4 and you getting up at 8, she went to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. You laid there, you played on your phone.
Mm-hmm. Checking out football stories just to see if any, new shit happened or any new stories.
It's like a
That's
guy
it,
thing.
yeah.
And then what time do you think Jamari woke up?
Maybe within about 20 minutes after I woke up or so, something like that, maybe.
Y'all snuggled.
Yeah. Chill,
Those are my favorites,
watch
the
Baby
morning
Shark.
snuggles.
Yeah.
Watch Baby Shark, not my favorite, but tolerable. And that went on for how long?
Till she woke up.
How?
That was
What
like
time do you think that was?
Like 8:47, 8:48.
Okay, so not super long.
Mm-hmm.
And how was she when she woke up?
As soon as she woke up, she came through, she sat up, she said, my ear.
Immediately?
Immediately. That was the
Okay.
first thing she said, and I was like, okay, what's up with your ear? And she just kept saying, my ear, I can't, something wrong with my ear.
And then the very next thing that happened was?
She walked around the room for a minute.
Okay.
And it was like she kind of panicked for a second.
Okay.
And then she walked around the room, digging in her ear for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
She walked to the bathroom. While she was digging in her ear, we sitting there just.
Can you see the bathroom from the bedroom?
No.
But you know she went in the bathroom?
Yeah, because I heard that door close.
Okay,
Bathroom.
so you couldn't see her while she was in the bathroom, you just know she was in the bathroom.
Right.
Okay, and she was in there for?
Shit, maybe like 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Like,
not quick, but not?
Yeah, not super long, not.
Okay, and then when she came back out, how was she?
She was more calm, but she was still digging in her ear, talking about her ear.
And then what's next?
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go find this cup real quick. I remembered while she was, in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you get the cup, you get the water, bring it back to him.
She's sitting on the bed, he's sitting on the bed. He's sitting up, facing the door, she's sitting up, facing the window.
Still messing with her ear.
Still
So she's
digging.
facing the direction of him.
Like this. It would be like if
Okay.
I'm her, facing the window,
Mm-hmm.
he was at the head,
Mhm.
she's at the foot.
Okay.
But he's sitting there just chilling.
And by the head, you mean the
head,
top
the
of the
head.
bed facing the door?
Right.
Okay. And she's still messing with her ear. You say you're gonna go outside. When you come back, you're gonna help her with her ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said we'll see what's going on. Exactly.
You go outside.
Yeah.
Did you interact with uncle or grandma or anybody?
My uncle wasn't there.
Okay.
Grandma was sitting on the couch.
You go outside. All you do is smoke a cigarette.
That's it.
Or did you have your phone with you?
Yeah.
Did you make any calls or
Yeah, I
look
tried
anything up?
to call the neighbor. I tried to call the neighbor to see if I can get a ride.
Okay.
Because I seen missed calls or whatever, so I was like.
What's the neighbor's name?
Vicky.
Did you talk to her or just try to call her?
I tried to call.
Okay.
I ain't get an answer.
Did you get anybody while you're out there? You didn't talk
That was
to
the only call I tried to place, that's it. And put the phone back in my pocket and
Smoked.
went back in.
Went back in.
That's it.
And then you found what you found.
Yeah.
Okay. And the difference between before and when you got back was that she was laying down. Did she look like she was asleep?
Everything was different.
She looked like she was out?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, Jamari.
По мере развития расследования, внимание все больше смещается на действия и состояние сознания Глории Стрингер. Ее странное поведение этим утром, в сочетании с дезориентированным состоянием в момент прибытия властей, побудило следователей углубиться в ее личную историю и возможное злоупотребление психоактивными веществами.
And then you explain the chaos of trying to get her to do CPR, you're calling 911. First you try to get her to call 911, then you call 911. You're trying to do both at the same time. She's where doing what?
She's like on the bed because when she was trying to give him CPR, she came to the floor, right? And I had backed up off of him. I grabbed the phone off the bed because when I gave it to her, she was still on the bed. So she dropped it on the bed, I grabbed it, and she jumped down
tried to give him CPR. I stood back, I tried to call 911, but that's when I was trying to call, unlock my phone and call, that's when she started grabbing him, holding him like that. I said, no, I told her, get back. I'll do it, fuck it, I'll do it. Because, you know, it's just, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, instincts kicked in.
Sure. And so, she's still on the bed when paramedics get there?
I think she was standing at that point.
Okay.
I think she was standing.
Jamari's still on the floor.
Yeah, I'm on the floor with him, trying to give him CPR.
They come in, do they work on him in there, or do they just take him out?
Immediately.
Take him out?
Immediately, they take him out.
Okay.
Right.
And what did the two of you do?
I was telling her, that's when the police officer came. It was like they arrived damn near at the same time. It was quick. So I believe you showed up shortly after. I don't remember when exactly, because I remember I was on the phone trying to call my granddad because I told her ride with him, ride with him,
Okay.
ride with him. But she was fucking stuck, like just.
Where was she doing what?
She was standing, just crying, just you know. And I was just like, ride with him.
Inside, outside?
Inside.
Okay.
I was still inside the room because the police officer, you know, he kind of followed the paramedic back there, and he asked what happened, you know, when he got there or whatever, and she was standing. I told her, ride with him, ride with him. I'm telling her to ride with him because you clearly don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I just came and found this, so I'm trying to tell him what just happened. And she was just stuck. She just didn't move.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if she was in shock or something, I don't know.
So he leaves in an ambulance. What did the two of you do?
I'm walking with the police officer trying to explain to him what's going on and trying to call for a ride while they're taking him, because I believe you were there at that time. I tried to call my granddad and say, hey, I need a ride, something's up with Jamari, I don't know what's going on. And I tried to explain all that at the same time, and I believe you said, let's just go in the living room and talk and slow down.
Okay. So, I think we can all agree, because I saw her, you saw her, that there was something going on, right?
Cocaine, of course.
You say cocaine, of course, but let's stop there,
Yeah, no,
because that's
I mean,
a bigger thing than Xanax.
I know.
But that's what I need to know, and I need to know how she uses it.
I mean, powder.
How often she uses it.
See,
Assume I'm an idiot when it comes to drugs.
Okay.
I don't do drugs, that's not my thing.
Okay, I would say like, see, that's the shit about it. Like, ever since I had got out, like, when I would be around her, you know, like, she would seem fidgety and shit. Like, I could kind of see the signs, like, damn, man, you fucking tripping. Like, but it's not like I knew exactly, like, how much or when, or I just suspected, like, you know what I mean? That would be the time.
Okay, so let's go back. How long have you known her?
Since 2011.
Over 10 years.
Yeah.
Not in any of that time ever have you ever seen her use drugs?
No, I'm saying Xanax and cocaine. Yeah,
Okay, so tell me how when you saw her, those times, maybe not recently, but when you've seen her in the past, how did she use it?
Like, she would leave, go somewhere, hang out at the spots where, you know, people do that shit or sell that shit. Like, she had told me, you know, she had snorted it, and I've seen, you know, rocks and shit like that around, like, but it's never been like, it's been a struggle, man. Like, it's just random times throughout the years, you know. We might be on a fucking 5-month run where she's perfectly fine, everything's good, you know, then it's just.
But when you see her use it, she would snort it?
Not see her use it, but I know that's what she does, like.
Okay. Does she tell you? How do you know that she didn't see it?
Like, throughout the years, like I said, I find little rocks and shit, and people talk, man. Like, you know, around Buford and shit, that's where we lived before. People talk, it's a small fucking town. People speak.
Tell me, you don't have to use names, just tell me how you know what you know.
People will tell you, like, hey man, you know, she on this shit, or she doing this, or she was over here doing that. Even in prison, when I was calling, I wasn't getting through to her or anything like that. My granddad would tell me, hey man, people talking about she on this or she on that. And when I had seen her, she had told me, like, I'm fucked up right now. You know?
So, I heard you say snort.
Yeah.
Are we talking, like, injecting? Are we talking just snorting it?
Snorting and smoking, like.
And smoking it?
Yeah.
You say rock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Smoking and snoring or whatever, but like,
So basically, she did powder and hard. She did soft and hard.
Right.
So crack and powder cocaine.
right.
To your knowledge, there was never an injection option for her. Okay.
I know.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand possible methods of delivery, right? Of what she could have done when she was in the bathroom. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I mean, and cause she seemed, I don't know, man, it's weird, cause she seemed calmed down and shit. Like she, you know, like I said, she was kind of antsy at first, like kind of nervous about her ear. But then she went in the bathroom, stayed in there fucking like 15 minutes or so. Came back out, she was calmed down, but she was still digging, you know. It was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get his cup since you're calm now, you know.
In the past, when she was used, whether you saw her do it or she went to a bathroom to do it, how long did it take for you to tell that it was reacting, like that something was happening?
Damn near when she was, I'm back in the room, like you could
Seconds,
see,
minutes?
say minutes or so, like you would see her become more antsy, moving around a lot more. But it would be weird because, like I said, she would be on her Xanax as well sometimes, so it'd be hard to gauge that shit. Like, you know, you're fucking up, but then you're calm, so I don't really know. Like, it's hard to gauge that shit, man.
Because they kind of work against each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So, historically, Xanax and cocaine, smoked or snorted. I do not have a lot of knowledge, and this guy would probably be better for this line of questioning. However, help me understand. Break it down for me. To my understanding, when she would go get something, she would use everything she had, or she would keep a storage of it.
Shit, I couldn't really tell you because it wasn't like a hey, just light this up right here. It wasn't no shit like that. Like,
did you ever see random baggies or foil
that's what
or
I mean by rock, like,
containers?
Yeah, like rock shit like that. Like,
what would it be in?
I have found that before. Like I have found, you know, little rocks in places. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
How would she store it?
Like it's just different times. Like one time before, I found it on the windowsill. Like it was just sitting there.
Just the rock sitting there by itself?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like this was before in the past. Like it's like, damn, man. Like. Shit, man.
Any other supplies that you would have seen laying around that you know she would use to smoke it?
I mean, I wouldn't, it's not like, you know.
I mean, she left the crack rock sitting on the windowsill. I don't know if she also left
but
other.
like any utensils or shit like that, like I guess she was better at putting that up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, you know, a couple times, like I said in the past, where I just one time walked in, just moving around, like fucking just happened to look over and see the shit on the windowsill. You know, walk over to the window, open the blinds or some shit, and see the shit behind there. Like it's just like kind of being secretive about it, but not really expecting me to, I guess, look, or maybe didn't expect me to just happen to find that shit right there at that moment. You know.
Sure. So it's safe to say that did you guys ever have conversations about it?
Yeah, but like I said, it was like more one of them things where like I wanted to like help her, you know, not really like look at her crazy or anything like that, you know, because when you stay in Beaufort, you know, you see people over there that's like really fucked up, years of just caught in that cycle, man. So, you know, it's not like one of the things where like I really wanted to bring it up and make her like feel offended or anything like that, but you know, been some conversations over the years, but I thought we had got past that recently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, the day I got out, when I finally seen her, she had said like, hey, I'm fucked up, but she had kind of...
Появляющаяся информация показывает, что у Глории Стрингер есть история злоупотребления психоактивными веществами, в частности кокаином и ксаноксом. Хотя прямые доказательства употребления утром в день инцидента сразу не очевидны, эта история дает следователям важный контекст, пока они восстанавливают картину событий.
When was that? Do you mind if I ask?
That was November 17th.
just before February. That November, just before February.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she had kind of, got back on her shit, kind of got back together.
So it wasn't necessarily like a conversation that you guys talked about, but it was a known fact that she sometimes used.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any indicators where you either were just suspicious or you knew, like, hey, she's going to get something, or hey, she's in possession of something, or hey, she's probably using it again?
There would be times in the past where an uncle might say, hey, go get me a sack of weed from Buford or something like that, if her uncle smokes weed.
Oh, her uncle would ask you? Or she would ask you for it?
No, I'm saying her uncle would say, like, hey, give her the money.
Oh, tell her to go get?
Yeah, a sack of weed for him,
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
And you could just tell, like, after the fact, after she gets back, you could just kind of see the change, the more fidgety, the more moving around. Like I said, it was just little signs. But
how often did that?
I can't, that shit was so sporadic. It was like random ass times. Like there's I can't say how often. It's not like it wasn't every day, but it wasn't like every fucking once in a while.
Like once a week-ish, or once every couple weeks?
Kind of, maybe once every, in between a couple weeks or so. You can kind of see little periods of, man.
So maybe sometimes more frequently than others.
Maybe she's fucked up, maybe she's not. I don't want to kind of just say that. I don't want to assume that, and she's not, and she's really just normal as hell right now. I just didn't want to, like I said, just make it seem like, hey, or start an argument and say, man, you fucked up. I ain't want to put that on her.
Mm-hmm. So, shit, I forgot what I was asking. Did you ever ask her after Jamari died about it?
What, was she fucked up that day? Like I said, she had said that she had took her medicine the day before, or the night before.
So she never admitted to you anything other than her medicine?
That's it. But that didn't make sense to me, because if you took your medicine, why the fuck was you up at 4 in the morning? That shit would have put you to sleep, the Zoloft or whatever, that shit would have put you to sleep. Why were you up? Like, it just didn't make sense.
Did she make any other statements to you, like, about what she thought happened, or?
Yeah, since this shit happened, she has not said a damn thing as far as, like, this happened, or, the only thing that she, like I said, about a month ago or so, I realized, we were really fucking out of it when she said she took Jamari to the ambulance.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I realized, like, yo, you were fucking out of it. On what? I don't know. She won't give any details. It's hard for her to tell certain shit, and I don't know if she was really that out of it. I don't know if it's just she don't want to relive that shit or admit to that shit or whatever. I don't know, but it's fucking frustrating.
Did you ever go back to the house after he was transported? Did you, like, look around for anything?
Yeah, but DFAX and you guys had already been there. It was like a week later or so.
When you found them back?
I went back to help her uncle with the pipes in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you never saw anything?
That's why this shit was weird to me. Like, I just assumed like everything was okay. Like I said, she woke up talking about it. The only thing that was off was that you was up at 4 in the morning. And the 4 calls that you placed with 3 numbers. Okay, all right, whatever. But when I just wake up, I'm not really, what I mean? There was no time for me to ask her about that shit before everything happened. Like, so I just didn't get around to asking her about the shit. She was weird, man. If you was on your medicine, you would have been asleep. You would have came out the bathroom or came out the shower, went to sleep. Like, you wouldn't have been up. But damn, what the fuck? You were up for 40 minutes and you just sleep.
So I have to ask this, okay? I'm not, again, drugs are not my thing. Since you got out, have you used anything at all?
With me? Mm-hmm. Only a couple Percocets here or there.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm-hmm. Like you was in, it was one night I was chilling, you know, I was just like, hey, everything's chill, you know, I'm away from everybody. Just I couldn't really sleep, and
When was that?
shit, it was like fucking December, January.
Okay.
Maybe around Christmas, New Year, somewhere between there.
Okay.
But really nothing big.
And just, was it out of like someone's prescription?
Yeah.
Was it, okay.
Yeah.
Like it came from a pharmacy?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what you were using?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay. Any other slightly more intelligent questions about drugs?
So, go backing up just a little bit to the dope. I've been around the dope world for a while, and I'm assuming that you kind of know a little bit about what's up with it, you know.
Yeah.
You said that you saw rocks.
Yeah, like.
Did she smoke it off a can? Did she smoke it from a crack pipe?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So you never saw her?
I've never seen utensils and shit, but you know that one time I walked in the room, just moving around, lifted the blind, seeing the shit sitting there.
So the shit, what was it? What would you see? Just the rocks?
Just rocks. It was just like, you know, little crack rocks, like just sitting there. And you know, it's like, damn man, like when you love somebody, you trying to, you know, work through the shit with them, you know, you tend to be lenient, you know, like damn, like I hate that you I hate that you're doing this shit, but I don't want to just fuck up the vibe or start a whole damn argument that lasts 2, 3, 4 fucking days or no shit like that. So, or you get mad, you leave out and I don't fucking hear from you for a week, 2 weeks or some shit like that. Like I ain't want to, you know, I just like, man, I let it slide, but I gotta work with her, you know.
So when she would take off like that, did you keep Jamari?
Yeah, sometimes I would.
Let me ask you this question. When she was on Xanax, you've seen people on heroin. You've seen people with the nods. You've seen people with... Describe her when she's on Xanax.
She's real flowy, like real loose with it. Just, you know, like everything's good. Like just, do you get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
do.
Real like just hey, like you know.
Did she have a hard time staying awake?
I mean, she kind of had a built-in tolerance because it used to be prescribed to her, so she kind of had a tolerance for it after a while.
So scenario question, I get what you're saying, because I mean people, but like if she had just taken a Xanax and you're talking to her, is she just kind of zone out for just a second?
Yeah, I mean, she hit the, babe, you know.
She wouldn't like fall asleep.
Nah, not that shit that she did that day was weird as hell. Like,
And see, that's what I wanted to find out, because you just mentioned it, the shit she did that day.
yeah, like.
Well, tell me what you know about that, man. And can I stop you for just a second? And I know you want to know what's going on with Jamari, and we do too. But for his sake, for you know what I'm saying?
What's up with you here? And she was panicky, and that's it. Like, she was real panicky, antsy when she first woke up. It was like immediately. She woke up and was antsy by her ear. Like that day, when we were in the living room, just the random, just go to sleep mid-conversation, like that shit was real weird to me. Like, I've never seen that before. Then again, I had been away for a while, so I don't know what the fuck had really been going on. You know, like I said, when I was away, I wasn't getting through to her for a while. You know, I had my granddad try to check, try to hear, to see, you know, what's going on. It'd be real sporadic, you know, conversations or whatever, as far as between them and shit like that. But like I said, you hear things, but everybody don't tell everything. So I don't truly know what the hell was going on for the time that I was away. So I don't.
I get you, but you did mention that she would fall asleep mid-conversation and stuff.
No, I'm saying that day, the
Yeah,
way
that
she
day.
fell asleep mid-conversation was just weird as hell to me. Like,
Where were y'all at when she did that?
in the living room. It was in the living room.
So this is the day before this happened with
No,
you?
I'm saying that's the day it happened.
Oh, okay,
The day,
okay.
like when we were
Okay.
all in the living room, this shit was weird as hell to me. Like, that's why I had the stupid face. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was weird, man.
And you had never seen her like that before?
I had, like I said, flowy or antsy. Okay, yeah, but just boom, no.
I know that you had given Amy,
Дело становится еще более сложным, когда судебно-медицинские отчеты выявляют неожиданную деталь. Джелаской Эрлс, единственный свидетель, остававшийся в сознании, также дал положительный результат на кокаин. Это открытие усложняет первоначальную версию и вызывает множество вопросов о событиях и обстановке внутри дома.
Amy, the rundown of everything that happened. But in between any of that, did you ever give her any water or anything to eat or anything like that? Did you? Nothing. You never brought in medicine for her? Did you get her like something that, hey, take this for your ear?
No, because she got up and she was me.
Right.
You know, I'm chilling with Mari on the bed. She get up, she immediately start talking about her ears. She walk around facing the room. You know, we watching Baby Shark and Coco Melon, and you know she's facing, kind of messing with her ear. I'm like, what's up with it? And she wouldn't really tell me. She would just keep digging in it.
Right.
But then she walked to the bathroom. So, all right,
Well,
whatever.
I've listened to you for talking to her, and there's two things that I'm picking up on. Number one, you love your son. You love your son, and that ain't never gonna go away. Man, I wish more daddies loved their babies like you love him. The other one is that you're protective of Gloria a little bit. And I'm gonna ask you a question. And this is a very important question, because you're gonna have to check yourself on this one. You can be honest with me or not, okay? Did you see her doing anything that morning, any type of illegal drugs when she was in there with Jamar?
Not that morning.
Okay.
Not that morning, because it was just like I said, the only time that she was in there was when she woke up, walking around, pacing with her ear. She walked to the bathroom, she's staying there 15 minutes, she come out, she sit down, she's messing with me. I'm like, all right, well, let me go find his cup, because he's been up with me. I hadn't got up, you know, I hadn't left the room to go get his cup, because I wasn't gonna leave him in there while she was asleep. So she was up, I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go find his cup, bring it back. And that little bit of time that it took to walk to her uncle's room, walk to the kitchen, pour the juice out, rinse out the cup, pour the water in, bring it back. That little bit of time, that wasn't that long, but it was long, you know, it was long enough for me to say, okay, you're up. Everything's good, okay, I'm about to go smoke. I come back in, we'll check on your ear real quick, because I've been up for like an hour at that time.
At that point, though, from what you said, when you brought the cup, Jamar was good.
He was good.
He was running around doing what 2-year-olds do.
Yeah, he was just
just hanging out.
Just
But
chilling.
in the few minutes that you were gone, smoking a cigarette and came
That's
back.
when shit just totally flipped.
Right.
Shit
That's
totally
what we're
flipped.
talking about. So before you left, for giving her, you gave him the cup. You told her, look, I'm gonna go smoke a smoke. Was there any indication?
Nothing.
Was there any indication that she was about to
Nothing.
pop anything, smoke anything?
She was just sitting there, just calmly digging at this point. At first, she was real antsy with it, but you know, she just woke up, just seen her wake up. So she's, you know, just like, okay, something's wrong, but what's wrong with your ear? What's wrong? Walk to the bathroom. She don't respond. She's not really responsive. She's just pacing, digging in it. Like I said, in that time, man, like when I gave him the cup and everything, she was sitting on the bed. She was slowly digging in it at this point. It was her left ear.
Well, and I get all that, but I'm trying to focus our attention from the time that you left the room to when you came back from smoking a cigarette.
Right.
That time before you left the room.
Right.
Did she have anything in her hands?
I didn't see shit. Her hands was in her ear.
Right.
Her hand was in her ear.
Did she get her purse? Did she put it? Nothing.
I didn't see her grab any purse or anything.
And you came back and she's out like a light.
She's
And that,
fucking out.
yeah.
In a totally, everybody's in a totally different position
Sure.
than when I left the room. Like,
What about on the floor in the room? Does anything look different?
when I walked in, I didn't look at the floor. You know, when I was walking down the hall, I seen his feet. That's the first thing I seen. As I'm walking, you know, why the hell is his feet up against the wall like that?
So, Go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get to you a little bit of, when we went in there and looked, after y'all had gone, there were little pieces of tinfoil, little bitty specks of tinfoil in the bed. I mean, I know that was there. I know from my time working dope stuff that, you know, sometimes people, you know, put stuff in tinfoil, or they might use it to smoke it or ingest it or somehow. Did you see anything with tinfoil?
I didn't notice anything like
Because
that.
you slept in that bed that night.
Right. And
Didn't notice nothing with tinfoil
Mm-mm.
at all.
There was nothing. Like I said, when I got up to go piss, you know, because we fell asleep when she was in the shower. So when I woke up to go piss, I just went to go pee. And she said, hey, let me use your phone. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm trying to pee, get back to bed, get back to sleep. I didn't take time to look around or, you know, it kind of struck me as odd that, damn, you're still up. But, you know, fuck that, I'm trying to sleep. Me and my little man, we sleeping. Like, fuck that, I don't care what you're doing really right now. I'm trying to piss and sleep. That's it. Like, so, I didn't see any tinfoil. Like, I didn't notice any pieces of tinfoil, especially after I came back in the room and seen him. I didn't, you know, I jumped to him.
Sure.
Like, I didn't.
You want me to start with this?
Well, I 100% agree. Like, you can tell that there's no doubt in our minds whatsoever that you love Jamari.
Sure.
That is like 100% apparent, right? But what I explained when you first came in here is like, I need gut level honesty, right? And the only way that I can ensure that everything that you're telling me is right is to know certain things about the situation that I've asked you about, and unfortunately there is at least one that I know you're not being honest with me about. And so I'll ask you again, like, in terms of from the time you got out until February 1st, what substances had you used at that time?
Just Xanax. Y'all know, like, just Xanax. Like, when the defects lady had came to do the little samples or whatever, yeah, came back and told me that I had fucking cocaine in my system, but that ain't some shit that I do, so I don't know where the fuck that came from. I don't know.
Well, that's important.
I don't know if, like,
Did you use cocaine in prison?
No, hell no.
I've never been to prison, so I don't know if it's available or
I
not.
was in Montgomery State. That is a small little prison way.
Work camp?
Yeah, like, you know, small little, like, 400 people go home place, basically. Like, so, trust me, Miss Tamala Brown is not letting anything get up in there. She is on it.
Well, and you don't want to mess that spot up too, because that's
Right.
a good spot to do your time.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Right.
Which is why, but that's the thing, like, we have to be
Like-
able to explain certain things.
like,
The
I
fact
don't-
that you have had cocaine in your system,
Right, like, she had said the levels or some shit, she kind of explained it, but
they're high.
I was fucking dumbstruck. Like, me and my granddad both were sitting there like, what the fuck? I don't know if, damn, did I take a Xanax and think that, you know, when I took the Xanax, was it fucking pressed? Did I trust this person just, you know, guessing that it came from a prescription and they really had I don't fucking know, like.
Well, had you ever taken cocaine before in your life?
No, I hadn't.
Did you ever get what you thought might be a Xanax from Gloria and it felt different?
See, I've had Xanax, it's just, you know, I just go to sleep, calm, chill, just lay back, go to sleep. I don't know what that shit feels like I don't know. That's why I said, like, I don't know if maybe I don't fucking know, man. Like, I can't explain where the fuck cocaine came from.
But Jelaska, we got to know though, because man, I mean, listen, I'm sorry, I keep taking, I'm
No.
not saying this, but dude, this is, we gonna have to, like grown folks have to talk about some things that are uncomfortable just to get to the bottom of what happened to your son.
Some fucking rock, like, that's why I said I don't know if maybe, shit, that's the only thing I could think of, that damn, maybe the Xanax or whatever that, you know, I trusted the person thinking that it was a normal Xanax, maybe this shit was fucking loaded. I don't know.
I got you.
I don't know, man, like, but that's what I know that, yeah, I did that, you know, around Christmas, New Year's, like, that's it.
And you said you didn't see her use that morning.
I didn't see her use shit.
But you were very specific about saying that morning, so when did you last see her use? Was it the night before? Was it the day before?
It was like January something. I had seen that she had pulled up with Jamari to drop him off with me, and she was really antsy, really just, you know, like really the way she is when she does it. I was like, man, and the car kind of smelled a little funny, like when I had got him.
Like what?
So that crack cocaine smell?
Yeah, like kind of smelled, stinks, rank ass smell, like, so I was like, man, fuck it, come on, Mari. Like, Just come on.
So it has it's kind of like a chemically sweet, weird smell to crack cocaine.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's weird stank.
Yeah, and when I say sweet, it's not like an air freshener. I mean, it ain't nothing you want in your car.
That shit didn't smell like no fucking air.
But you didn't see her. I mean, cocaine. I mean, they can put it on. There's ways that they can smoke it, but if it's cracked, they're gonna smoke it somehow. They're gonna heat it up and smoke it.
Yeah.
You never saw her with like aluminum cans or little squares of tinfoil, nothing like
I
that.
see shit like that. I didn't pay attention to it. Like I didn't see it like that shit. She was very. I can say she was very well at keeping that shit wherever the fuck she kept it.
Yeah.
Like.
So, I told you I talked to her a couple times on the phone, right? And I can appreciate that you are saying that you didn't see her use and, don't know what she was on. You know it was something completely different than anything you'd ever seen before.
Yeah, that shit was not normal. Their reaction was it just wasn't normal.
So, would it surprise you for me to tell you that she doesn't necessarily, and I don't have all the details yet, but I have had conversations with her where she's kind of throwing you under the bus a little bit.
And see, like I said, we have these arguments where she'll just start getting mad saying, I did something to Jamari, like she had no fucking idea. Like I said, I was first taking it like, you was just angry, you're pissed off,
What is she saying that you did?
She won't, she just said that.
She didn't give you specifics?
She's angry. She's angry about it at certain times, then it's she won't say, hey, this happened, or I feel like you did this. She won't say that. Like, she won't tell me that, but she'll argue at me. Like, you did something to Mari, you did this, you did something to Mari. That's it. Like, she would just say that you did something to Mari.
So she's not specific, she just says you did something.
Right.
She didn't say you gave him this,
right.
You gave him that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean.
That's kind of what she's indicating.
See,
which is why I'm asking you, if you know where that came from, why she would say that.
She's angry. I thought she was just angry when she was just, when we would argue about it. This shit's been real fucking tough, man, throughout these 3 months.
Sure.
The day after he died, her going to Laurelwood a few times and different shit happening. I was just thinking maybe she's tripping, maybe she just, medicine change up, just we just arguing. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that maybe it's some shit that they done switched up her medicine. She's just pissed off, and whatever. We'll get to it when she's sober up. When she get out, we'll talk about it. We'll have an understanding. It's weird, man.
She sounds very confident that she feels like whatever you did to him, you also did to her, and why she was acting that way.
She woke up antsy, out of here. That's why I say, when she had said she carried him to the ambulance, that's when I knew, damn, she was really out of it. So I didn't try to, at first it was trying to ask her what happened, but throughout the shock and throughout everything, you're not really getting responses. But damn, man, sit here and say I did something to him, man, come on, man.
Well, see, that's the reason why we're asking you.
Yes, because
And that's the reason why she wanted to tell you that, is because you still have this loyalty to her.
Right.
But I hate to break it to you, my friend, but that loyalty is one-sided, because she's saying he did. Don't look at me, look at him. He did. And this ain't no playing you against her. We wouldn't do that. I wouldn't disrespect your son that way. But I mean, something's got to give, because that baby passed. And you and her were the only two in the room with you.
По мере продолжения расследования начинают всплывать противоречивые показания. Сообщается, что Глория Стрингер начала возлагать вину за трагедию на Джеласкую Эрлса. Эта ситуация в стиле «он сказал, она сказала» привела к тупику, вынуждая следователей в большей степени опираться на вещественные доказательства, а не на заявления.
And you left to smoke a cigarette and came back, and I mean, so if you know something.
That's what I'm saying, like I didn't. I know you just said earlier that you found pieces of tinfoil or whatever, but
Little bitty ones, almost like somebody tried to clean up.
see, I didn't see no shit like that when I came in. I just didn't, like, I didn't fucking focus on no shit like that. I just came back in to go play when, you know, start a normal routine, man. Like, man.
Well, don't get mad, man, because we're working through this. Just stay with me on it. But we're working through this. And because you don't see me and her jumping up and down.
Yeah, it's just frustrating, man. Like, damn, you leave the room, he's perfectly fine. He's, thank you, cup, you know, love you,
Yeah.
chilling, and you come back in, shit is totally fucking flipped.
And that's why we're trying really hard to talk to her again. We've talked to her son, but we're gonna talk to her again. Talking to you, getting painful details, right? So that we can say what is more reasonable, what is more believable, what do we believe, what does everyone else believe? What do we see on this piece of paper? What makes more sense? Was there something in the water? Was there something that they ate that you got for them, or that she got, or whoever got? That's the big thing that we're trying to get across to you, is that there is even a 2-second, 5-second, 30-second instance of something that happened during that time period that you saw happen.
Right.
We need to know.
During that time period, man, the only thing that seemed off was her waking up talking about her ear. The way she was antsy, the way she walked to the bathroom after a few minutes of walking around the room. Went to the bathroom for like 15 minutes, came back out. She was more calm. I went to go get the cup. Didn't, it wasn't, I just came back in with the cup. That's it. I'm focused on him. I see her sitting there, more calm, but still digging. Leave out the room. Hey, smoke a cigarette. I see you digging. I'm gonna check on that when I come back in. What the fuck? When I come back in, how did you end up here and he's there and
You didn't see anything.
I didn't see shit. That's why it was weird to me when we were talking in the living room and she just passed out. It was weird as hell. Like,
Well, you know what substances cause that. You didn't have any suspicions that she was doing something other than cocaine or Xanax?
I didn't. At the time, I didn't understand, like, why would you just randomly go out?
You never been around folks that smoke heroin or done fentanyl or nothing like that?
I've never seen that. Stephanie mentioned something about it when she took me to go get the deodorant and the lotion the day after Jamari passed. She mentioned something about it, but it was just like...
Tell me what she said.
She was like, she had heard that maybe Shay had been dipping, around Buford or whatever, but I hadn't
What does that
heard
mean?
What did she say specifically? Like she was getting...
I don't know what that
Like
means.
she had been, she had did something, some of the shit that's around now or whatever,
Like heroin, did she say?
she didn't specify
She
what
didn't
the
say
heroin
specifically.
or she didn't specify. She said that, she had heard that she had been doing some things. But I was so fucked up from telling her about what had happened and just, I didn't, it was just like I wasn't focused on that at the time. I was just stuck about Jamari, like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I need to step out for 2 seconds. I gotta go grab something on the house. Do you want to stay, hang out, or and I'll be right back, or do you need a restroom break or water? Okay.
I'll take this in there. Give me just a second.
I'll be right back. You sure you don't want water or something?
No, I'm alright. I don't fucking get it. What the fuck? Like this. sense.
Прорыв в деле произошел благодаря офису судебно-медицинского эксперта. Официальный отчет о вскрытии Джамари Хассана Стрингера пришел к выводу, что смерть мальчика является убийством вследствие отравления фентанилом. Ключевым образом токсикологические анализы подтвердили, что синтетический опиоид, обнаруженный в организме ребенка, в точности соответствует типу, присутствовавшему в организме Глории Стрингер.
And then makes a ruling, okay? So, his ruling as the cause of death, and please forgive me on some of this pronunciation. Hypoxic, ischemic, encephalopathy status post cardiorespiratory arrest and resuscitation as a consequence of fentanyl and parafluorofentanyl toxicity.
So, do you need the Reader's Digest version of that? Or you pretty much got what it said?
The findings of your son's toxicology report that he used to make that determination was that there was some metabolite of cocaine, as well as something called 4-ANPP, fentanyl, lorazepam, phenobarbital, fentanyl, and parafluorofentanyl.
What? Alright.
So, parafluorofentanyl is a novel, non-prescription synthetic opioid that has reached recreational drug market. It is structurally similar to fentanyl and acetylfentanyl, expected to behave similarly to other opioids. It affects basically the central nervous system. And basically what that means is that come from a doctor, it didn't come from a prescription, it didn't come from anything other than a street drug of some sort.
What?
Keeping in mind that we're not doctors, the best that we can explain it to you is that he went into cardiac arrest from a dose or overdose of a street form of fentanyl.
But there's also cocaine in there. So, you know how they lacing stuff. So if it could have been that he got a hold of, well, that's what happened. He got a hold of some cocaine and fentanyl substance and it killed him.
What the fuck, man?
There's more.
Yeah, this is the part that's gonna suck, man.
The decedent's mother reportedly underwent drug testing and tested positive for fentanyl, fluorofentanyl, norofentanyl, a fentanyl metabolite, cocaine metabolite, and some THC. But basically what it's saying is that the fluorofentanyl that killed Jamari was in both his system and his mother's system.
Man. Oh, man. What the fuck, man? So they supposed to be dead, man.
I agree with you.
I gotta ask Stephanie what the fuck she meant.
Do you have her number?
What you mean she meant by what?
The day after he died, when I was with her, and she said she had been getting off into other things, like...
You think she talked to Investigator Bray? Think she talked to Amy?
I don't see why she wouldn't.
She's down in Buford?
No, she's right there in your apartment complex, isn't she?
No, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Where does she live?
Stephanie stays somewhere up here, but she be in Buford.
What's her last name?
Fuck. Let me see if I can find it.
Because that'd be important information to get to the bottom of this. If she had some information on where Shay was going or what she was into.
Fuck. I gotta go to Facebook. I need Wi-Fi.
Do we not have Wi-Fi?
Yeah, the password's weird.
No, I don't know the password.
Is that something that you can find and call her and let her?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think potentially something that could be really important is if you still have your old phone, would you mind if I took a look at it?
That's cool.
Because I'd like
You
to
just
know.
gotta get it charged, though.
That's fine.
The
I
charger
have
port.
lots of chargers.
No, the charger port.
Oh, the port,
damaged
okay.
On the inside of the phone.
Well, potentially those numbers that she called could be important. The people that she talked to. I'd like to know who those people are.
It was in the.
Give me your old phone number one more time.
Assurance wireless, like
Assuring?
assurance
Million.
wireless, something like that. One of those, like
Prepaid.
Yeah.
Who do you have now? Same?
No, it's just a random phone that my granddad had got. And he gave it to me because my charger was messing up on the other phone. I couldn't charge it, so.
Does it have service or is it just Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Just Wi-Fi.
Wish I had some way to catch everybody, but I don't. I don't.
I need to know where she is too.
Oh, man.
You know we gotta talk to her. And listen, this is gonna be hard. This part's gonna be hard. I'm gonna ask you a favor. Let us talk to her, okay? I know you're gonna want to, but she don't know what we know. You know what I mean?
Yes. I don't know where the fuck she's at.
You think Stephanie would?
Buford, but she doesn't live in Buford. Does she work in Buford?
She got this husband, boyfriend thing.
So she's got somebody in Buford and somebody in Gainesville?
Yeah, her husband up here, boyfriend down there. Her boyfriend is her cousin. It's one of Shay's cousins, Glenn Cunningham. His aunt, his mom, Annie Mae. She used to come visit the family. Back when I was a little kid, Charlotte. She lives in Buford though.
Who?
Annie Mae.
Annie Mae?
Glenn.
May's last name is Cunningham. So it's really important that if you leave here today before we find her, even more important than this interview, that you don't say anything. Or do anything.
You got, did you drive up here? You got a ride or what?
Got a ride. They're waiting for it.
Well, listen, man, the last thing we want to do is drop this thing on you until you get on. I mean, you take all the time you need.
Do you know who a vehicle drives? A vehicle? Do you remember her driving an Oldsmobile?
Oh. Who?
Gloria.
Check.
We used to have an Oldsmobile back in like, it was like a fucking
04?
Yeah, that was like years ago.
Okay, so she doesn't still have that.
No, she had a Dodge, Avalanche Avenger, some shit like that.
That was the last thing you knew she had? What color was it?
Right?
White?
White. And he made Glenn, they live in Buford on 4th Street.
Forest Street.
4th Street, beside Boner Road.
How old is he about?
I don't know. Glenn's older, 40s, early 50s, late 40s, early 50s, maybe something like that.
Black man?
Yeah. Black as hell.
So dark skin.
You can't mistake him.
Okay.
Forest Street near where?
On the road. B-O-N-A. On the road, it's right beside 4th Street. He made Glensdale, 4th Street.
You know what he drives?
It's always different type of cars down there.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of
And
cars.
he's related to Stephanie?
He is the boyfriend. He's Shay's cousin as well. He's a, you know. I just feel like I got robbed of so many fucking memories, man. So many. Yeah, man.
Who's out front for you?
My family member, Rodney. He's out front waiting. I don't know if he's left and I don't know if he's still out there. Man.
Do you want me to see if he wants to come back here and sit with you for a few minutes?
Or you want to just get up the hell out of here?
Man, I'm fucking angry, man.
Which is why, if you're willing to kind of hang out for a little bit, and maybe try to see if we can get some good information on where she's at. Is she a friend on your Facebook? Is that what you were going to try to find her on?
Who?
Stephanie.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Do you know what her last name is, or what her Facebook name is? You just know her by her
Yeah, I got it.
picture.
I just know the picture.
I know that's it. This is, I just got the Wi-Fi password yesterday.
So Stephanie's dating Glenn. Glenn is also Gloria's cousin. Still up front?
It came through Wi-Fi. They said it'd be out there in like less than 10 minutes. I just feel so fucking robbed right here out there.
So if you find out where she is, or get information about where she is, just send me a text. Don't go talk to her. I would prefer that you just not talk to anybody about anything. And I know that, I mean, other than like someone that you've feel like you can confide in. The problem is if you tell someone, who are they gonna tell? And yeah, I told you from the beginning that, you know, where my heart's at, and that's justice for Jamari. And I think the best way to do that, I know the best way to do that, is to let me do my job.
Yes, but
And let me talk to her if I can. Did you happen to find anything else out of it, Stephanie? Or if you didn't, it's fine. You can always send it to me.
her last name is Boyles.
Ooh, you don't spell that. Like Boyles?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you talk to her, just, you know, don't necessarily give her any details, just explain, like, I just need to talk to her. And I'm not gonna even tell her anything, I'm just gonna ask her some questions. So. Do you have any resources for grief counseling? Any connections, anybody you know?
Would be low right now.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna call anybody, I'm just saying, like, if you don't have resources and you need something, let me know. You know, give us somebody. Do you wanna hang out in here, or do you want me to take you up front? You can go up front, okay.
I just wanna go check, see if
If what?
take care, man. I
Okay. I don't wanna rush you out, but I'm happy to take you up front if you just wanna go up.
В конечном итоге судебно-медицинские доказательства оказались неопровержимыми. Глория Неши Стрингер была признана виновной в смерти своего сына Джамари. Ей назначили наказание сроком 20 лет, 10 лет под стражей и 10 лет условно на испытательном сроке. Приговор был основан на токсикологических отчетах, которые сопоставили смертельный фентанил в организме Джамари с тем, что был обнаружен в ее собственном организме. Суд квалифицировал ее действия как безрассудное поведение, подпитываемое зависимостью, и она не будет иметь права на освобождение до 2033 года.